Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Maimai showcase. Now, if you don't know what that is, there is this really huge Japanese rhythm game where people who are super good at it, they wear gloves and they go, and there's like this circular screen in the middle. They go whoosh, whoosh, wax on, wax on, yeah. No, keep going. Let's just go ahead. Let's just go ahead and cut to that. We're gonna stay here and practice. Now you guys enjoy this Maimai showcase.
If you've been here to MAGWest last year, you may have noticed a laundry machine. No, just a whole washer dryer set right in front of the game room. And no, this isn't after you've had that, gamer moment on Pump It Up or Rock Band and you just gotta, just get those clothes in as a shortcut from your hotel room. No. This is a Japanese rhythm game. This is a special, one of the most popular rhythm games right now in Japan. It's called Maimai, and it's brought to you by Sega. And so we are delighted here at ongaku.io to bring it over and showcase you some of the repertoire of songs that we have here, and also the skill level, because this game can go crazy. Yeah. So it's going to be an utter delight, an hour of fun little treats, and we'll be doing a quick kind of introduction over here, so to speak. So I'm who's speaking to you. I'm Starrod Kirby 86, and I'll be kind of leading the boat over here.
Joining him, I am Freaky25, someone who actually basically found this game at MAGWest and have gotten very into it since then.
I'm Kappa Slayer. I play this game sometimes as well.
Yeah, I play the game a little. And
I'm Misu. I honestly don't play this game that much.
But he's our main coordinator and kind of helped along with like a lot of the tech and leading ongaku.io, so very important. Now, with all of our introductions down, out of the way, why don't we go ahead and enjoy the show? All right, so we're gonna start over here with just a little opening right here. So this is what you do when you kind of log into the game. So Freaky25, you're gonna be up onto the, plate first.
Yep.
Now, how does Maimai work? Like, how do you actually play this game,
Oh, as you can already see, there's 8 buttons around the edge. That's your main input method, but also the screen itself is a touch screen, which allows them to place these slide notes that you actually do have to slide along the screen for.
Yeah, so when you see these stars and then you just have to follow the direction of their arrows and you're tapping the actual star as well. These pink notes are just simple little taps that you just gotta make sure you get on time. As long as you get these notes right onto the ring, you get the perfect or great or whatever accuracy, so pretty dope on there. Now, the goal of the game is to get 80% in order to pass, but the highest grades can go up to 100% or even more. So we're gonna hopefully see if you can kind of follow along and get along with this wonderful tune, role-playing game, which is a very fun Vocaloid song. You may be familiar with it in other music games if you've played I don't think it's in Project Diva, but I definitely believe it's in Dance Dance Revolution. Sound Vortex, maybe? Yeah. It's definitely...
It's making the rounds to the games.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is a very fun chart.
Very fun chart here.
Yep. Yeah, no, definitely. It's really crazy when you go in, because it's like the approach rate just kind of comes at you like a truck, It's like an isekai anime right about to begin. You're just right at the precipice. It's easy to go to deer in the headlights when you see all these notes coming in. This is chill part. So you see these whole notes over here. You gotta let go at the right time as well, or else you get penalized for kind of holding on for too long.
Yeah, it's actually kind of not too many rhythm games time the release of their holds.
Indeed. Yeah, it's really insane when it's like, sometimes it's like, I like rhythm games where it's just only 2 buttons at times,
Yeah.
or like Muse Dash or something. But Maimai really puts itself onto a unique sphere. More like a circle, literally. But god. So having the muscle memory and kind of moving along into that and working like a clock. Oh my god. Oh, you wouldn't believe, Ash Nicole, about like the amount of arm injuries I had
I'd say,
playing
yeah.
this.
You definitely do wind up moving your hands fast enough that you can hurt yourself if you're not careful.
And that is an S rank coming from Freaky25.
Definitely happy with that.
Yeah, he's definitely winning, son. Yeah. As you can see, well, when you get in the right angle, Freaky25 is wearing gloves. Gloves is an incredibly critical part of this game.
Yeah, with how much swiping you're doing across that touchscreen, like, it doesn't have any sort of slippery coating or anything. It's a normal screen, so if you're not wearing gloves, that'll tear up your hands.
Precisely. So, yeah, it's probably a good idea, and that's why there's actually official merchandise Sega brought out to get gloves, and even the counters at the Game Center would provide you them. So our next song is Perfect Human, which is a bop. This chart is an incredibly fun, a fun romp where it's full of all these 16th triples. Yeah. It's very important. Very good on the sanitary end. Just make sure that the gloves get washed after you're done. Oh, this part rocks. So what do you...
To a lot of rhythm games, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I think of like when I play Dance Dance Revolution, it's obviously exercise for my legs. I'm a perfect human. Anyway.
and most of their hand rhythm games kind of have you, arms down, arms forward.
Yeah,
This has you like up and moving them all around.
This really tests like my upper arms and really like kind of refines them. Yeah, absolutely. There's beginner-friendly songs.
Yeah, I mean this showcase is all going to be high-level stuff because we want to flex a bit. But there's definitely this is a really easy game to get into. It's got plenty of fun lower-level stuff too.
It's one of the most accessible games as of late. And as for where we're playing at. Oh man, shucks. We're over in the Bay Area, and this is actually a privately owned machine we purchased. So, wee! Oh, congratulations on that play, Freaky. Yeah, no, the easier levels are incredibly accessible. Oh. Let me go ahead and just set it to... Oh shoot.
Do we have an easy way to skip forward?
No. Actually, yes, so.
It's on there.
Yeah. I just can't stop, so it's just...
How can we skip forward?
There's no way other than to... Yeah, we have to just keep going. Can you... yeah. Okay. Sorry, we're gonna have to do a little repeat on this end, because,
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's gotta be a way, right?
I already switched the properties back.
Oh, you switched to boss?
Yeah, but it reset it back to the start, unfortunately. Okay, so we're gonna be... Okay, well, I hope you enjoy this again, because we can't exactly do our little switcher like a seeker, so we're gonna have a little moment to kind of re-engage in this dialogue, so it's all good. Yeah, we're just gonna make sure we check on our properties. Yeah, I just set it to pause monoculous on that, but there's no other settings. You can cancel that. There we go. That's okay. No worries. We're back in this. We're gonna kind of go back in some of this excitement of role-playing game again. And if you have any questions in the chat, feel free, because this is a good opportunity to just kind of get an idea about how the game mechanics will work. So we'll be all good. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so happy that like we have some players in the chat here. I'm like, Waffle White Bread, thanks for being such a supporter of the game. So it's incredibly fun, and I think one thing especially is that for our game, there really aren't any other like rhythm games that are identical whatsoever to this. So to kind of improve feels very much on a lonely path compared to like a game like Sound Voltex or Tunithm. And so, because there's like other games that are identical to it somewhat. So this learning curve is incredibly unique and exciting to just get your arms going. So it's really fun on that end. Yeah, exactly. Waka is somewhat identical, but incredibly different in the end since...
Yeah, it's, you know, given how skills tend to transfer, it actually winds up being that Waka is a lot closer to Tunathum, another Sega rhythm game.
All right. Yeah, we're doing this! First time, guys! No worries, no worries. Thanks. So the idea that we have in our showcase is that we're actually going to be like progressively turning up the notches in difficulty and showing you harder and harder charts. So we hope that the set list that we have in mind kind of helps illustrate that quite to be. Yeah. So it should be all pretty stellar on that. We'll be almost back to our regular, you know, schedule path going here, but hope you get to enjoy Perfect Human again because this song is such a banger.
Yeah, building up your own rhythm game collection is a thing that's you know, steadily becoming more and more possible. I mean, that's what lets us have access to it.
Yeah,
currently.
yeah. So it's very, yeah. I think the biggest aspect is affordability and space can be probably the biggest hurdle for a lot of on the physical realm, especially with a washing machine here. Even though we joke it's a washer dryer set, it's probably not a good idea to actually replace your washer dryer set with something that, you know, plays Miku music instead, but you do you. So that's perfectly adequate in that end. Perfect Human. All right. So as we reaching the end of Perfect Human, we're going to be showcasing some of the more middle to upper range of charts for Maimai, and you'll be able to see some of the very unique techniques that advanced players would have to master and overcome. That's very true. Let's go ahead and replace that. So, thank you so much for playing on that, Freaky. And now we're going to move on to Kappa Slayer. So Kappa Slayer here, he has some very fun songs up in the arsenal. This is a very good classic Maware Setsugaka. Yeah. Hi. There's a lot of bouncing around when it comes with this tune. So Kappa Slayer, why is this your favorite song?
I remember the first time I saw Maimai, it was in an arcade in Japan, and I had no idea what this machine was, but I saw some Japanese guy play this specific song. Oh, sorry. A bit loud. I saw someone playing this specific song, and it looked like they were having a lot of fun in this next segment, and that really inspired me to start playing this game.
And so in form, this song has kind of become an emblematic of our Maimai quest to improve. It's a good checkpoint, especially this part coming here, which, if you know the song and the name Maware, what a beautiful spin. What a beautiful spin. Yeah, you know, maybe we can just include a few bits of laundry in the middle of this too. Just kind of throw your shirt for extra points.
Although, if you're okay with an older cab, you should be able to get one for less than that.
Yeah, I believe there is actually a decent amount in the market right now because Maimai recently came up with a new version in Japan, Deluxe. And so this is the old kind of cab Finale, which is no longer in active use. So there's a lot of finale caps that are just collecting dust in warehouses around there now.
Is it as durable as a Maytag washer? I don't know. Let's see. Are we comparing the buttons? Because maybe I can compare the coin return of the Maytag washer, and we can see how much buttons we could spam there. All right, so our next song is going to be Brain Power, which, yes, it's in Maimai. It's a very... It's delightful over here. This chart is a fun bop as well. And if you already know the song, follow along, and hopefully Nightbot is not mean on this channel, and especially in the singing. This part always feels like you're just going up on Space Mountain, you know, just kind of like amping it up. Yeah. If you do, it's a staring contest on this thing. Wait, are you sure it's not a broken mirror? Yeah, that'd be amusing if you were to actually call like your a repairsman and they take a look and they see this instead. Then they call the guy in the back from the Chuck E. Cheese and somehow he knows how to work with this. This part is very hypnotic. And now comes BP. Brain Power. So in this part, you just gotta make sure you cross over your hands on each of these holds. There we go.
Hey,
just like a clock.
some
Yes.
people got the spirit.
That's right. We gotta signal boost that. Height. And then over here, we're going to amp it up again with this jack. There we go. Jackhammer. And finally, it's final salvo. That's a wonderful play, Kappa Slayer.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ooh. All right, so. Yeah, yeah, so over here, we've been pretty much all on this awesome trail. Now we're going to kind of ramp it up a little with me, myself, Star Kirby 86, going in to play Energy Synergy Matrix. If you know the song, especially on Muse Dash, you can follow along with your dun-dun-duns. So I love the beginning because it kind of spells out ESM over here. See the N. And the video is just really an experience. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Precisely. This song has one of the most amusing video situations, very Looney Tunes like. If you aren't familiar with Karameru, he's such a very fun animator. ESM. So this song otherwise is just incredibly stamina heavy, so be sure to just watch all your arm movement, all my arm movements, especially as we reach towards the end.
Yep. Upper level Maimai charts take quite a lot of energy. This one is a 12 plus, so we're getting up to the highest.
Imagine back at home, you're just moving your arms up and down, kind of like you're trying to do pull-ups almost. That's kind of the sensation you might be doing when you're doing a lot of these slides on Maimai that require that kind of lateral movement, because this screen is quite huge. Like, if you're a little kid trying to play, you need a stool. You need to bring out the little wee little child stool that you get at maybe in the bathhouse or whatever, and just gotta have the kid stand on that. Here we go. Let's go. This part is just IMO. It's utterly bananas.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see here he's gonna be kind of just doing a little dance on the side.
Yeah. ESM. And this part just kind of wraps it up in a nice little bow. Whew. So, yeah, you can see that it's possible to get over 100%.
And that's just because there are some special notes that actually have a value worth basically for themselves more than 100%. So if you do well on them,
Right.
your overall score can be over 100%.
You might have noticed the glowing orange and red striped notes. Those
Yeah.
are break notes. They're worth 5 times the value of a normal note. But also, depending on your accuracy, it'll give you like a critical judgment, and they'll go up to plus 100 of bonus points, and that can take you over 100% for sure.
So this next song is Freedom Dive TPZ over Cute Mix. You might be very familiar with this as it's a darling in the Maimai and rhythm game world.
Yep, this is a nice combination between she and Pete Hazelite. Two
Yeah.
very well-renowned rhythm game artists.
This is in fact even faster than normal Freedom Dive.
Right, so enjoy the, I think it's 234 BPM, and kind of go ahead with all of the slapping, because this song can get quite tiring. It's very interestingly technique heavy on this too, because you'll see for yourself as we go, but the slides zoom. As we pick up into this section, which will be the creme de la resistance. Here we are. So, a lot of gliding over into here. And then now comes what's probably one of the more iconic parts of this chart. So you see that's a spin, but also additionally with that spin, you gotta have your other hand kind of go over and under to kind of properly cross over those yellow notes. You'll see this chart do that quite a bit later. Oh, here comes a fun part. That's it.
So turns out you don't have to perfectly follow holds, you just have to finish them at the right time.
Yep.
Or swipe time.
Yeah. So you can kind of let your elbow do the talking in some parts too. Another spin. There we are. This is the part where Maimai can get incredibly tiring. Dude, it really wakes you up at like 3 a.m. just playing this. Oh my god. It was a blessing to have a 24-hour arcade. Whew. Yeah, so
Very clean.
thank you. So there's Freedom Dive TPC over Cute remix here. So in My Finale, the difficulty range actually varies from a mere 1 to all the way to 14. In later games, it goes all the way, it re-rates itself to 15, but in this particular edition, it goes up to 14. So 13 are some of the hardest charts the game has to offer for you, and it's quite on the upper scale. So it takes a lot of practice to kind of even approach into this, let alone to actually excel and score S ranks, which in Maimai are pretty much the primary like currency over the top echelon.
So coming up next, we have Calamity Fortune, a well-known Toho boss song and a couple other rhythm games.
Yep. Ba 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 ba. So Calamity Fortune likes to just kind of call itself pain, especially in kind of working with all the stream and rhythms. Oh my god. Wrists can get pretty, well, they can get quite sore as long as you just don't injure yourself by accidentally hitting your, I don't know, other body parts or the machine itself. You'll probably be totally okay on these.
This game actually has less wrist injuries on average compared to the usual rhythm game, just because of you don't actually put too much pressure on your wrist. There's a lot of like upper arm body movement instead of like wrist movement, so you don't stress your wrist out too much.
Yeah. You're more likely to get a high-speed collision injury than a strain injury.
Yeah,
There's a stream section going on.
you'll definitely have some sore shoulders.
Yeah, so if you do want to play this yourself right now, unfortunately, it's kind of difficult in this situation, but certain newer round ones may be open depending on your state, but do follow the sanitary policies and hygiene as necessary to be mucho safe while playing.
Don't worry, we're already wearing gloves.
I feel like a freshman doing laundry is not going to be very different from a music gamer playing Maimai in costume, so kind of get this halfway.
This part goes wild.
Yeah, this is the main section, and you have to get your arm to kind of pivot along with being able to properly read all of this too. Whew. And this ending just wants to greet you with some like, you've done it.
Here's the ending stretch.
There we go, and final spin, and complete.
Yay.
Yeah, this is 1-1 speed. There's no fast forwarding going here, though. Maybe we should have had a fast forward earlier in our stream capabilities, but it's okay. We're powering through. And so finally, we want to showcase one delightful 13 before we kind of demonstrate some of the more unique aspects of Maimai here. It's going to be a fun Tapazolite song, Contrapasso Paradiso. Yeah, oh yeah, the cardboard cutout, it's quite a fun delight. Contrapasso is really incredibly fast. A 256 BPM range means that these slides pretty much move near instantaneously.
Also, it's not just any anime standee. She is in fact a character from Maimai.
Yep.
Yeah.
We went on Sega's official site to get how tall she is.
Yep. All right. And now, this is where the slides really do go in, and kind of getting the speed right for this takes a lot of practice without getting tired. It reminds me of playing very high-level Dance Dance Revolution charts that are incredibly fast.
Our standee was a custom order from us. So for anyone familiar with Tapazolite's music, he actually released a song similar to this called Contrapasso Purgatorio, yeah. Paradiso is the Maimai version that was commissioned for this game, and there's what was the other one called?
Inferno or something?
Yeah, Inferno, right? Yeah, Inferno was the one for Trinidad, another Sega game, and then Basic Purgatorio was them combined.
That's right.
Tapazolite has a lot of custom stuff ordered by Sega just for this game.
Yeah, actually, the song list is incredibly varied with a lot of commissions of artists that you. Oh my god, that spin is so clicking. Yeah. So this section is just going in ham over these slides, especially because you gotta coordinate with these yellow slides, which are both of your hands together.
Yeah, I can definitely speak quickly to, as a tall player, you get used to having to kind of power stance, spread your legs wide to get down to the height of most rhythm games.
Yeah. Affectionately calling it the music gamer power stance. Whew. And that's Contrapasso. So, what's coming up next will be, in this particular edition of Maimai, we do have a lot of, there's a section that Sega loves to have, which are full of gimmicks and joke charts, and we'd like to kind of demonstrate you a few of these, so we're gonna kind of switch into a different dimension here.
The cutout is approaching us.
Yeah. Hello. Alright, so we're now in this mode called Utage. And so Utage mode just gets you all of these fun joke charts that aren't actually serious and don't count really against your main rating and your record, but in here, they kind of take the rules of Maimai and just play around with it, like doing multiple hands. Just like over here, so this, you shouldn't be trying to do the buttons multitasking. No, you gotta use touch. Yeah, you just gotta have, the right gloves for the right occasion. Sometimes you're just feeling like doggo. So Oshama Scramble is one of the most popular Tapazolite songs, period, and so this is a cranky remix that's quite beloved as well. So we have to take advantage of the touch screens and the uses of our hand. That you can find that your hand registers multiple touch zones, and due to that, you can.
This chart that breaks all the rules is still possible.
Indeed, yeah, precisely. So in this particular chart, you just got to use your hand to cover more space. It does give a bit of a disadvantage if you have somewhat small hands, but the game does leave you a lot of freedom. The hitboxes for these are pretty huge, so much to actually the chagrin of some players because they might accidentally trigger them instead. This part is very cool because it has to get you to do this button sharing. This is picking up. This part you just gotta share the bottom. Little swapping over here. And now we're gonna jackhammer! Yo! Hi! Yeah! And then these are like fun little kitty swipes. Yes! I just wish I had this moment where I could just get a light stick right now and just kind of jam out to this as well. Boink. Yeah, there we are. That's a very close but admirable aspect of this. Now the next chart we're gonna show you, actually, so these joke charts also include other rule-breaking things like having 2 players play at once. So this isn't just one player's on the left side and the other player's on the right. We have myself and Kappa Slayer here playing Love Trial, which we call this co-op mode or a co-op chart.
Mm-hmm. You might see that basically the stars are for my side, and the regular notes are for Star Rod's side.
Hi. Dude, it's very disorienting to turn your head and then you have a different play zone, especially when you're used to having all 8 buttons available instead. So
that's for sure.
Your peripheral vision is completely different. It's like playing a mod on Dance Dance Revolution or a different music game where you're just covering a part of the game. The mask makes us stronger. Where's that Bane quote? I need to go or nobody paid attention until I wore the mask. It's very thankful that they do have this differentiation of the circle notes and these star notes to show which player is supposed to be playing which, or else these charts would be a lot more confusing. Oh, so now we're going to the instrumental, which is a very fun section because you have these little riffs that the other player gotta be doing. Oh my god, yeah. There's definitely a lot of huffing and puffing to just make sure you're, maintaining it. Switched position!
So you can see that now, Star Rod's on the bottom, I'm on the top.
Yep. So... kind of aiming your arms to make sure that you don't hit another player is probably another factor to consider.
Yeah.
All right. That was a very good, fun Love Trial play.
Of course, and we know what you were thinking. Yeah, there were 2 people playing on one screen, but it seemed like they had a lot of extra room, right?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe 2 is not enough. Maybe we can kind of put it up a little bit with... Let's make it 3. Why don't we just do 3 players? Yeah. So there's not quite a ideal camera angle in this to
For
kind
the
of
first half
capture,
of the song.
but rest assured, at least we have the game capture. So you'll notice that some of these buttons might be more on the shared side, but we do have a bottom left, a bottom right, and upper. Yeah, so this particular chart really emphasizes the trio coordination, especially because it's the Prism River sisters too.
Yep.
You know, 3 sisters, triplets, and that. Each player has their own kind of section to be really primarily focused on.
And then the ambiguous buttons actually are shared, as you'll see soon.
Yeah, you'll see that button 2 and button 6 will be going to be shared soon. As see this drill, there we go. This is Kappa Slayer's turn right over here. All right, delightful. Now we're approaching into our next section. This is another test to kind of check your ambiguous buttons. There will be a lot of arm switching. And now, position switch! Each player has their own little main section. This can get really nutty. This just reminds me of like a Mario Party on like, you know, because just everything is so wacky and just kind of going in. Also, the tap notes just remind me of the spaces in the board. Bomb. And yeah, that's 3 players now.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Wasn't there still a ton of free space around?
Yeah. Wasn't there? I feel like there was a bit of free space. Yeah, maybe we can amp it up a little. Now, okay, sure. I think we can add in another player. Yeah. So, hand in hand here. They really took the concept of hand in hand and having you play hand in hand. Now, intentionally, there's supposed to be 8 people, but this is actually possible with 4. You can have 2 people just kind of hang out with their own respective buttons. And so this is where we have with our 4-player frenzy. So why don't you get to enjoy? Look, now, you know, good part is that we thought this was an 8-button rhythm game. Look, now it's 2 buttons. Reasonable, yeah? Got this. Also, if you're a single player that's trying to do actually all this realistically, it's going to be a very fun moment with your elbows.
Yeah, there's actually players that focus on trying to finish these solo. They have to do a lot of things where they basically use their elbow to reach all 4 buttons on the sides.
Yeah. Though I think it's actually an excuse that maybe they're socially awkward and not wanting to have other friends to come in, and they just rather play it alone. No, I Josh. I do think they actually made some impressive scores with a solo, as a solo play.
Right.
But
There's a play of this.
Someone got an S.
Yeah, some guy got an S on YouTube, and this. And it's really funny. During the video, you can see like some guy passing by, because this is using the side camera on Maimai, which is next to Josh's head right now. You just see someone looking at him playing this song with his whole arms solo, and they just like look at this crazy guy and just like walk away slowly.
in this current section, you just got to do some button sharing action right over here, and then, so in this, if you remember slides, you got to have your other player help finish them. So you just let the star go out, and then have the other guy get delivered, you know, just like mail. Come safely, my child. Point, ping, cling, plong. There we are. Boom, boom, boom. And now as we reach towards the ending, you're gonna have these moments where you have to try to finish these little slides. Oof, this whole section this is like a kaleidoscope practically. Yeah, so 22.
Yeah, luckily the 4-player one doesn't involve crossing over at all, so
Yeah,
less
so-
risk.
You know. Yeah, thank you, Ashley Cole. So we're at this home stretch, and we want to just show you a few more of these extra difficult charts. We probably, due to our earlier technical difficulties, we may not have enough time to show you every chart, but we do at least want to give you some of these final boss charts as much as we can. Ikazuchi is one of the hardest charts in the game as well, and so there's a lot of nuttiness to kind of go over here. For those that may have played Sound Voltex, they may have heard this song as a license, and might be a very fun one to play over in this one. But if you do want to check out some more really difficult play or really awesome high-level Maimai play, you can always check out Twitch TV/Gekichun. That's where we kind of do have the Maimai stream here and there. So you can always leave a follow for that channel if you do feel like it. Yeah, this is pretty much, I think it's an 18 in SDVX on maximum.
The crazy thing is also this is just a 13. There's actually 2 more categories of songs to go through as well before you reach highest.
This, yeah, in the later editions, this particular chart got re-rated mainly because of sections like this. A lot of manicness over on this section. You can tell that something's right around the corner. Boom, boom. Tension builds up, your heart pitter patters. Working like a clock. Here comes the build up. Now this is gonna be the nutty section of Ikazuchi. So be sure to see how the streams will be going over here. This is the main boss section. I caught this part the windshield wiper. And you gotta make sure you get those break notes. Ikazuchi, Ikazuchi, Ikazuchi. And this section over here just wants to just throw in any final goodbyes. Ugh. That's rude. That's an S rank right there on Ikazuchi. Hot mama.
Solid run, solid run.
Yep. Dude, it's crazy to just see over 1,000 perfects, yeah. All right. We next approach a series, or the other incredibly hard boss song, Excalibur Revived Resolution by Team Grimoire, Project Grimoire. This one's very cool. It's a very interesting chart over here too, but also very high adrenaline and intense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Project Grimoire has 2 originals in Maimai at the moment. There's Caliburn, which is the easier version of this, and then Excalibur, which they released later after that. And this is just like the harder version of that, basically.
This is basically a sequel of the original song Caliburn.
Mm-hmm.
So aspects of this chart actually do call back to the previous chart, except they make it extra hard. Because, you know, they saw the Maimai players doing a little too well.
Yeah, in particular,
this section is coming up.
this part, you need to separate 2 rhythms.
You gotta have your left hand be able to do all these, the sliding, or now it's your right hand, now it's your left hand. You can switch as you go.
Yep.
And then here comes a very painful swing. Here's your small break until we pick it back right up. yeah, something happened over there. It's like Angel Island Act 2 right now, you know? So this is the home stretch moment. The song kind of gives you some bits of a break until you reach the ending. You can hear the build-up again. Those are Freedom Dive little spins over here, and then just gotta... And then here comes the extra nutty part. Whew. That's a big ol' rough run right there. Yeah. So, what we're So we're gonna be tuning into our final song we'll be showcasing for you. It'll be a boss song from the Pandora Paradox series. And so this particular one is a very fun, enjoyable song called Alea Jacta Est. I don't know, these guys really like Latin, I suppose. So this is and it's very nutty, Ducon right there. So Alea Jacta Est is a very fun chart over here. It's quite dense, and in some senses, it can like kind of put you in for a long onslaught of constant 16th notes. This is one of the earliest Pandora Paradox bosses that players got to experience. So they got to kind of encounter what the Maimai devs really wanted you to kind of go at.
For some history behind Pandora Paradox, Maimai Finale was the final version of its series, and to kind of set it off, they started this event with a bunch of boss songs from various loved artists in the Maimai community, and more or less made these incredibly difficult songs. And to unlock them, I believe you actually had to live with like a certain amount of HP, and the system was kind of, you lost HP every time you had a great or anything that basically wasn't perfect.
Yeah, I think I would have died at this point, but actually, even though I'm playing right now. Now, let's see. So, I do want to, before we are, this part is so nutty. But as we are wrapping up, I do want to give our thanks and shout-outs, just to make sure that, we all kind of got this in the groove. Oh, that's a different rhythm game, but... We'd like to thank the MAGWest, team staff for kind of bringing us over, and previously, bringing the letting us host the arcade game over at the event. It's been an utter fun, and we feel that it's a very incredible experience to share to everyone. And if you do find Maimai over at your local arcade, please do give it a chance and kind of try it out, because it's an incredibly very fun game. I don't know if you have any other thanks or points to be making, but. We'd just like to also thank the Bay Area rhythm game community for being such awesome people. And if you want to check out more Maimai content, feel free to go to Twitch TV/Gekichan. So it's we'll kind of have that open right up soon as we finish this up. It's good.
Very good run on that.
Yeah, thank you. So there we go on our S+ with that. Now, go back over to seeing. Yeah, so thank you so much for our showcase over here at Maimai at MAGWest. Again, if you wanted to see more content, feel free to check out Twitch TV/Gekichan. And thanks for watching, and please enjoy the rest of your MAGWest virtual show.
Yay!
Yay! Woo! Woo!